Okay, good morning. It's Saturday, and we're getting ready to go up to Menlo Park tomorrow. And this is the first book. This is your grandmother. And by the way, war is not the answer. And this is the first book that I ever wrote about my grandchildren. It's called, because Kristin was the first, it's called The True Tales of Kristin the Magnificent. And I'm going to read you a couple of stories. The story is A Big Heart. Once upon a time, a girl was born to two handsome, generous, intelligent, athletic parents in a small town called Menlo Park, in a state called California, in a country called America, in a world called the world. Although this little girl was very beautiful and seemed to have something special about her, no one could put their finger on it. When she came into the world, and little ones, you are going to have to ask your parents how you came into this world. The room became warmer, the lights became a little bit brighter, and her parents, the nurse, the doctor, and one of her grandmothers seemed to be bathed in a special kind of light. The little girl was named Kristin. It took her very intelligent parents 2 hours to pick out just the right name, Kristin Cole Sellers. In the beginning, and despite her unusual birth, Kristin the Magnificent spent her first few days at home just being a baby. She slept, she ate, milk fed her mother, the lovely Laura provided, and little ones, you are going to have to ask your parents how this happens. And sometimes she just lay in her pretty white wicker bassinet and looked out at the world with her wise but still baby blue eyes. Everyone who looked at her smiled. But then something strange and wonderful happened. The lovely Laura and the handsome Scott began to hear a sound at night. The sound was a soft, very regular beat. They could hear it in the bedroom, in the living room, in the kitchen, in the great room, and even in the garage. And even though they didn't know where this strange, wonderful beat was coming from, they smiled and felt good when they heard it. There they are. One day, when the lovely Laura and the handsome Scott took Kristin the Magnificent to the doctor for her regular checkup, the doctor heard the beating and listened very carefully to Kristin the Magnificent's chest, smiled and thought that it came from her beautiful chest, so he ordered an x-ray. Lo and behold, when the x-ray came back, it showed Kristin the Magnificent had a very big heart. In fact, the doctors, nurses, the lovely Laura, the handsome Scott had never seen such a big heart. And they all smiled because they knew that Kristin the Magnificent's heart was big enough to hold everyone in it. I think that was long enough to read. The Tale of the 9 test will come later. Remember, war is not the answer.